Hello and welcome to another episode of the MAaD Movie Podcast, or Man About Dog Movie Podcast. I am the Ultimate Movie Geek, and tonight I am joined by Mrs. Movie Geek.
Hi.
And we haven't really done much stuff this week, so we're going to just talk about the few things we have watched recently. But we'll start by, today is the 11th of November, and it marks 100 years since the end of the First World War. And we went to our local cenotaph to partake in the, is it 2-minute silence? I can't
It's
remember.
Remembrance Service.
Yeah, Remembrance Service. And it was nice to see the cadets marching. And it was a nice little service, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was lovely, yeah. It's the first time we've took the boys, isn't it?
Yeah, and they were silent during the thing. My eldest bowed his head when the bugle started playing. It was really, really nice. But yeah, 100 years. And I was saying to you, wasn't I? I was like, that's it now. That's like, the memory's going to change. It's not going to be like living memory.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I don't know, spoken memory, or what? It's going to be completely different next year.
I know. Well, we watched a programme a bit earlier as well, didn't we? And there's nobody alive in Britain now from World War One, and it had the last few. And
Harry Patch, was it?
yeah, and we were trying to get the boys. I mean, the eldest, who's 9, he did sit and watch some of the men sort of recount stories and things, and he kept looking away at me because he knows I get really sad. But they've been doing it in school.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, because you never know, do you, what's taught in schools, whether it's still a bit of propaganda or whether it is, valid now. But he seems to have been really interested in it all week, and I thought it was really interesting that, it still carries weight 100 years later, and people are still affected. There's quite a few hundred people at the cenotaph this morning. And it's the bit, I mean, I used to go when I was a kid, we used to go to church, and we used to walk up with the church, and it wasn't as busy as as what it was today. So
yeah, but I think this is the 100th. So it's like it has to be big. It needs to be seen to be remembered, because if it's not, then what's the point in everything?
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, it was a really nice day. It's been quite nice watching the footage from, say, London and all that, and then they had something on BBC, and I think at 9:00 tonight is Peter Jackson's, I can't remember what it's called, but it's he's colourised some footage from the First World War. Wow. It's on now, we're recording it, so we'll watch it later. Yeah. So there, yeah. We're gonna, something I've been wanting to talk about since Halloween, or since October anyway, was the Netflix show The Haunting of Hill House, because it was something we watched and we really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do a review on it. I never did end up doing it. I've just mentioned it here and there, but I don't know. Why was it so good? What was it that made it good?
I think the acting was very good and the writing was good. I've heard a few people who say, "Oh, it's rubbish," and you always get that anyway, don't you? Yeah. And I feel like defending it because I really enjoyed it. It's the little kid out of E.T. who's the dad.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name actually.
But it's basically, it starts off, doesn't it, with him trying to get his son out of the house.
Oh,
and
yeah,
taking
yeah.
him somewhere, that's the point it starts, and then it tells the story. I mean, we won't go into it loads because people might not have watched it all, but I totally called
one of them, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I won't say that because it'll spoil it for you, but I totally called something. I just found it interesting. I found it creepy.
Yeah.
I don't scare easily. I don't know if it's scary. I think I'd have been jumpy watching it on my own.
There's a few bits in it that are proper frightening though. Even that first scene that you mentioned, the eldest boy doesn't see anything, does he?
No.
And it you come back to that later on in the series.
Yeah, it's basically all the children grow up.
Yeah.
Don't they?
But the thing he does see is still quite frightening.
Yeah.
And of someone running down a corridor, but that
Yeah, and he thought it was the mum, didn't he?
yeah.
Yeah, it was. It's good. It kept me on. I was still interested, and when we were getting at the end of it, it was one of them you didn't want it to finish.
No, you didn't know.
But there was a few. There's a few like faces that I recognise the mum. I can't think what she's out of.
She's been in a few things.
Yeah.
She was in the Stephen King
Gerald's Game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's basically telling a story of a family who buying a house to renovate and sell on at profit, and they literally were there for about 8 weeks, I think. And it's a mum and dad who have 5 children. I want to say 5 children.
Yeah, I think it's 5. Yeah.
The eldest boy, then there's 2 girls, and then there's twins, a boy and a girl who are the youngest. And then it sort of flits to the future, and they're all different. They all very, very different lifestyles, and
really good casting though as well.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
They had a look, a family look, didn't they?
Yeah, and some of the girls, and one in particular, looked very, very like the mother.
Yeah,
and the actress who played the mother. So it was, and it was just good. There's a lot to talk about, and if you've read anything about it on Facebook or wherever, you'll have seen that they put pretty much the guy, I don't know if it's the guy who directed it, put ghosts in almost every scene. So every time you're seeing, characters in the forefront, there's a couple of times we were like, oh, that looks like a face.
Yeah.
And actually
and
now
it probably
we know
was.
it was. And then there's things I'd looked and read, and I was like, I didn't notice that at the time of watching it. Like when she opens a door at the basement.
Oh, yeah, and it's behind the ladder, innit?
And it's like, I didn't see that.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, I mean, I genuinely, I really enjoyed it, and each their own. I know you can't suit everyone. And
no.
Some people I've seen like, oh, it's rubbish, it's dead slow. And, well, what do they want? Do you want someone to, like, in one episode to tell you everything? And
but then again, if the direction and all that, adding things in the scenes, he has done. He's made sure that every episode does have something scary. Yeah. But if you're not able to see it, and like we weren't able to see everything,
parts of it, like the tall guy with the walking
guy. That's what I mean.
That was scary.
It was horrible.
That was creepy.
But you see a kid under a bed, scared. You feel scared.
Yeah, really scared.
And like the girl, and there's something.
Did he wet himself? I can't remember if it was that one where he wet himself as well. And it was like, you can remember that fear as it being a kid and not seeing what they saw. But, when you're petrified, and it's awful. It's a really good series.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend watching it. And I definitely don't scare easily.
I've heard like there's a lot of people who don't like the ending and how it sort of. I'll say spoilers, but I'm not going to go into spoilers. But like it kind of wraps up with a nice bow, but then again it's not because of what we see at the end. It's not perfect.
Yeah.
But everyone seems happy at the end.
Yeah. And
they don't like the end. But I think the ending works because a lot of people are oblivious to something that's happened. But I proper think if we were still doing like pumpkins out of 5 pumpkins, I'd probably give it 5.
Yeah. I'd be right up there. I don't know if I'd probably give it 4.5, definitely. I'm stingy, so... No, I enjoyed it, and I thought it was acted, because I've heard a few people say the actor, I call him Elliot, for want of a better... the dad, the younger version of the dad, we should add, because there is an older version of the dad. Some people said he was awful, and I thought he was really good. I've read that they thought he was awful and couldn't act. And,
the older one?
No, the younger version, yeah.
Oh, no, I thought it was good.
I did. I thought it was really good. I thought it was very well cast. I thought all the characters, all the actors were very, very good.
I enjoyed that as well. I think one of the things that stood out to me is because you said it out loud, and I was like, when it's my favourite episode is the 6th episode inside the funeral parlour, and the father comes in, and the camera goes around him. You see all the adult kids, and then it goes around him, and then when you're behind him and seeing what he's seeing it's all his
children.
Younger kids. Yeah. It's really, really good.
But that's how people see the
see
children.
Your children, you see your babies. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. I've really enjoyed it, and that episode my favorite, because I was proper wetting them one eye on the settee. I was like, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are a bit of a big girl's blouse.
Oh,
though.
shut your face.
Yeah, no, it was well written, I thought, and well acted. I really enjoyed
Really
it.
good.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do for a second series, because I don't think Netflix are going to be able to hold off not producing a second series.
But what can they do?
I don't know. What can they do? It may be different characters, different story, but
Maybe the woman at the X-Files.
Scully.
No, you daft git. Can't even think what she's called.
Reyes.
Yeah.
She was the one that, like, the housekeeper, wasn't she?
Help in the house.
Even that story was really sad.
Awful.
And because, like, in the film that we watched last year, they were proper weird couple, weren't they?
Yeah.
And then in this, it gives them a backstory.
Yeah, you've got a story and it's tragic.
Yeah.
It's so tragic. But yeah, I mean, maybe that'll be one of the stories.
Could
or
be,
you'll see the lives of the people who live in the house still.
Or they go back to the original family.
Yeah.
See what happened there.
Yeah, because has that ever been done?
Yeah, well, I don't know. But some bits that have happened because of what happened in this series. But then you get a sort of prequel. But then prequels, Yeah. I don't think Netflix is going to not do it. I think there will be a sequel. But I don't know where it'll go. Could be anything.
No.
Could be like a American Horror Story type.
Yeah, I don't think they could do anything with the family anyway.
No.
I can't think what they're called now.
Cranes.
The Cranes, that's it. Yeah. It'd probably be quite interesting to see one about the original story.
The Hills.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Yeah. We'll go to the next topic. No, series. Similar sort of area. We've been watching American Horror Story Apocalypse, haven't we?
Mm.
And, well, go on. I'll let you take it, because this series is something that you've watched more than me, because I
you skipped
backed
a couple,
out
haven't you? Yeah.
in, like, I think it was halfway through Coven. I hated.
Yeah.
The hotel one, I hated.
I didn't watch
didn't
the
watch
full
that
hotel
one.
It's the only one I didn't watch fully, I think.
I came back on board for the Roanoke one because I like the idea of the original story.
Yeah.
But I don't think this series has been good since the first. The
first
do you know
series,
what I mean?
for me, the American Horror Story, the first series was the best.
What was it called? Murder House?
Yeah, in the house in Hollywood. It's meant to be in Hollywood, and where the Black Dahlia was meant to have met her end, and it was really, really good. And I quite like with this series. This series started off fantastically,
It did,
and then it's kind of gotten a little that all the characters are coming in from the other series. So even though you had a character in this role, I'm trying to figure out how the witch, the one, I can't think what she's called. I should know the characters better, really. The one who was running the bunker.
Yes.
She's married to
the
woman out of 2.5 Men, the older lady.
Yeah.
His mum.
Yeah,
anyway,
she's the head of the coven as well, isn't she?
Yeah, she's the head of the coven, but then she's also head of the bunker. And I'm trying to think, is it the same person? Because some of the characters are brought in.
No, I don't think it is.
Different characters. But then some of the characters that have come in are the same characters, so I'm a little bit confused.
No, I think it's just because it's an anthology series, and because they're just different. The same actors playing different characters. Like, you've had the one who was in Murder House, the kid, or the daughter, who is also a witch.
She's trapped in there, but then she's a witch in the coven as well, isn't she?
Because
it's all very odd.
And one of the witches went to the house,
and
spoke to her, and didn't acknowledge the fact that they looked exactly the same. So it's just, you've just got to maybe put that aside.
It started off good for me. It's gone a little bit wayward.
Yeah.
I think they try to tie it up and try to connect it all. And the guy who's come in as the new Supreme is clearly like the Antichrist or the son of Satan, isn't he?
Yeah.
And it turns out he was the baby originally conceived at Murder House by whatever he was conceived. It was meant to be...
It was supposed to be... I can only call it Quicksilver.
I know. Yeah. It was meant to be hit. I know we're rubbish at names, aren't we? We watched too much stuff. But it was meant to be him in the rubber like gimp suit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But then he's turned out to be some sort of like
the
devil,
house or
and he
the
was
demon
brought
or
up
the
by
devil,
Kathy Bates, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then she came back because he brought her back, but as a robot. It's all very strange.
Yeah.
I don't really know how they're going to tie it all in.
I'd like to know if because this is what series is this now? Because they must be coming to an end.
I want to say about 5 or 6. I can't even remember.
Right. The main character is Sarah Paulson.
Yeah.
And then Evan Peters is the one who was the school shooter in the first series.
Yeah.
And then he's played so many characters in this series alone.
Yeah,
hasn't he?
Yeah. And he even hacked back to the
hotel one.
Where he was the
I don't
owner
know
of the
what he
hotel.
was.
He was crazy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he was sat playing cards with
but he was really good. He's really good at. And I noticed as well, I think I pointed out to you, when they were in the bunker at the first or second episode, how many music cues and X-Men references were there?
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Because they used the Time in a Bottle. And it was like, oh, what are you doing? But no, I'm not. I enjoyed the Papa Legba episode the other day.
Yeah.
Where they brought in the voodoo stuff.
Yeah, the guy at Fringe.
Yeah, the guy from Fringe. But I'm not a big fan of American Horror Story.
Nah, I'm going to persist with it. I'll watch it because I want to know where it's going. It's all right. I got to the point with the first 2 or 3 and, you can't wait for the next. I was like, oh, come on, I want to watch the next one. And like we've had, I think 1 or 2 where we've had it for a few nights before we've watched it, really, so...
Yeah, we're just...
I think we're in the morning, aren't we, since watching The Haunting of Hill House. We're just like...
Quality show.
Yeah, we need something to replace.
That good.
I know, I'm going to have a look through Netflix, I think, or Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
See what we can find.
There's a few shows we can do. We'll send you... Put your message out like you did last time.
What?
You put a message out on Facebook, didn't you?
Yeah, we got loads of recommendations for what to watch to keep us entertained.
Have you got any theories about this series? Because, it's like it is. We haven't for the last few episodes. We haven't seen what's happened in the present.
Well, what we know is it started, and at the end of the first one, there was a nuclear holocaust, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So we know. Oh God, what's he called? Is it David? I can't think what the main character. The guy
because he's the guy from Little House on the Prairie, isn't he?
Yeah.
Michael Langdon,
not David.
It's like...
Yeah, because we were laughing. I was like, that's the guy from Little House on the Prairie. We know that he must win something. He must get to a certain point to have caused the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Because everything that we're seeing now is prior.
Is prior, but it is the witches setting something up. So I was thinking, has the apocalypse happened? Or are they...
Making him believe
it has, so to take him down.
Clever, possibly.
Because did these series end with happy endings? I can't remember.
Not really. Not normally.
The Asylum one didn't it?
I don't know. They brought aliens in at the end of that, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. There was aliens.
Yeah, that was really random.
Yeah, aliens, and then like a serial killer who made like lampshades out of skin.
And it's been some really strange episodes. Now I'm sat thinking about it. What was the one where she met her son and she was a TV host? Do you remember that? Was that
that was the character from... No, yes, it was. Yeah, that was
from
Asylum,
He was from the first Dermot... I can't think what it's called.
Right. Dylan McDermott.
Dylan McDermott. We're so rubbish with names.
I got it. I've got a pad in front of me. Yeah, because it's her son.
Killer, wasn't he? Yeah.
And he followed on in his father's murderous ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, American Horror Story does have some good moments.
It does. It has some standalone episodes, doesn't it? It has some quite outstanding ones.
Because like in Asylum as well, they had a demon in that, didn't they? Who possessed a nun, and Joseph Fiennes was in it.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
It's mental. What you forget.
Yeah, there's been a lot. I didn't really like The Coven.
No, I didn't.
And I absolutely hated the hotel one. Absolutely hated it. Didn't. I maybe have to persist and maybe watch it again or try to, but I really just found it.
Well, I just thought like the first episode they brought in the ghost that was raping people.
Yeah, to death.
To death, it was just... and it was like that's just shock value.
Yeah,
not,
it was.
It's
Yeah.
not. What is that? You know?
I don't know, and I think that was partly why I was just like, yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's going for a different audience now. I think rather than, I don't know. It just didn't.
I like the idea of like the hotel because like even in this series, the hotel seat had something different about it.
Well, isn't it based on is it the Hotel Cecil, which actually exists?
Oh, I don't know. Do you want to have a look?
You know, you must have heard the story of I don't know where she was from, something Lamb or Lim, and they found her on months and months, I think had gone by, or weeks, and people in the hotel said the water tasted funny, and they went and looked in the water tank.
Bodies in the water tank.
And a woman who was like probably 8 stone wet through.
Yeah.
And when they looked back, she checked in, never checked out. They thought she'd gone missing.
Right.
And they'd caught her on CCTV cameras, like looking down the hall and going in and out the lift as if someone was following her, acting really weird and doing all kinds of things like as if she was trying to lose somebody, but there was nobody following her because they had it all on cameras. And she disappeared in the hotel. I'm sure it's called Hotel Cecil.
I'm looking.
In Los Angeles or somewhere like that. And they still don't know how she got into the water tank on the roof. And it's one of them really strange things. But that hotel is based on, there's always been lots of strange murders and deaths at the hotel. And I thought that was the hotel they'd based it on.
Elisa Lam, is that what you're on about?
Yeah, that's the lass's name. Yeah.
I don't want to watch this.
It's really strange. She's like looking around the corner of the lift.
Yeah.
And she's hiding and she's talking and she does it. She comes out of the lift and she's doing hallways as if trying to get away from somebody.
Yeah.
And then she disappears.
I'm not watching.
But they don't know how she got into this big water tank. 'Cause apparently she wouldn't have been able to lift it out.
Right.
Yeah, it's really weird story.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Bit of like reading before.
Bit of like reading before.
Scare yourself.
I'm not doing that. It's not that. I'm as scary as it is.
Yeah.
I'm just looking. This is season 8. So we've got Murder House, Asylum, Coven, Freak Show. Freak Show we stopped.
Freak Show, yeah, we watched that.
The clown.
We didn't watch it all,
no.
Did we?
I think I got to the point where, what was she called? She was in it the other day.
Which one?
The woman who was the main character, the main person from the.
Out of Cape Fear.
I don't know, is she? No. What?
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, she's at Cape Fear.
What's she called? I can't remember.
She's got a proper southern twang, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know. Now you said that, it's not Angela something.
No.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
I'll see if I can get there first. But yeah, when she was singing David Bowie, it did it for me. That.
What was she singing?
Space Oddity.
Really?
Yeah, don't you remember?
No. Jessica Lange.
Jessica Lange, yeah. There you go.
When did she sing Space Oddity?
In Circus. She does a show and she sings like
it was
modern songs. Maybe we should go back and watch it again. I don't know.
Yeah. I think there's probably a few we need to go back. But like the woman out of the first series made like a one-off reprisal, didn't she?
Well, this last week.
Yeah. Yeah, is it Vivian out of the first series who had the babies?
Connie Britton, yeah.
And then she came back.
Well, so did he.
Yeah.
Well, they were all.
Yeah, but
in it,
he's
weren't
been
they?
in a couple of series.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, yeah. She hasn't been in it since, has she?
No.
Yeah, it was good. It was nice to go back to the house, but I think they kind of ruined the ending of that series by having them all separate. Because they ended I might be wrong, but they ended the series by shutting out all the bad ghosts and having a family of ghosts take over the house. So it was them 3 plus the maid and the baby. And then
Or did the baby die as well?
There was 2 babies, weren't there?
Oh yeah.
And the evil baby took the life force of the good baby.
Right.
And the good baby died in the house.
Right. God, I can't remember. It's been so long.
But it seemed like they were they they stopped the happy ending just to continue with this story. But I don't know. It worked, and then there's another happy ending at the end of this. So I don't know. Just I suppose it's a nod, but everything seems to be linked, doesn't it now?
Yeah.
Everyone wants the universe.
I'm just looking back at all the characters that've been in it. There's been bloody loads.
There's been a lot of people, haven't there? Like
Yeah.
Zachary Quinto was in it.
And I was just trying to think. I looked at that and thought, what was he in it?
He was
in
in
the
the
asylum?
Yeah. He was the murderer, wasn't he?
I can't bloody remember.
I'm sure he was.
It's good. I would give it a whirl. If anyone hasn't watched it, give it a whirl. There's a couple of series that are hard to get through.
Yeah.
Like we've struggled.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see how this one will end, because I'm reckon this is the last one, is it? And tying it all
I don't know. They might do.
It feels like they're trying to.
I don't know, future seasons. Series has been renewed for a 9th with a 2-season renewal alongside Apocalypse.
Right.
So it's going to go to 10.
Wow.
At least.
I thought this would
But
be
we're on
tying
9
it up.
now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh well. That'll do, I think. I'm gonna talk to you now about something we watched tonight. Because I don't know if I don't think you're into it anymore. Doctor Who.
No. I've only really gotten in. I've sort of watched it because it's your thing.
Yeah.
You're a little goon, aren't you? And you love Doctor Who.
I'm not a goon.
Geek or whatever you want to call yourself.
I'm the ultimate movie geek.
All right, babes. I probably started at the very end of Tennant.
Well, you saw a few of them, actually, yeah.
And then Matt Smith. And I was called Matt Smith, like our doctor, because we were pregnant. We just found out we were pregnant with Noah.
Oh, yeah.
And Noah loves Doctor Who, doesn't he? And I loved Matt Smith. I really did. I really enjoyed a lot of the episodes.
Yeah.
And I think the way he acted, he was the Doctor.
Yeah.
I really didn't like Capaldi, and I know I've not really seen him in anything else, and I've heard he's a fantastic actor, and lots of people said he didn't have the writing, and
I don't think he had the
I
writing.
just didn't like his character. I found him, and I know he was meant to be in mourning, and he's meant to be angry at the world, and I just didn't like him. Didn't like the way he acted. Didn't like the stories, and I've totally lost all interest, because you've had this, like, it's Sunday night now, isn't it? And we're on 3rd, 4th episode, whatever it is.
Oh, I think we're on 5th now.
Yeah, I honestly, hand on heart, haven't watched one the whole way through.
You know.
Yous have had it on, and I go on my phone, or I'll go on my pad or something. I'm just not interested now.
Yeah.
Just don't enjoy it, I don't think. And I don't think it's anything to do with, the fact that she's a bird now.
She's a bird now.
It's, I don't know, I just don't like the writing. I just don't think, at the minute, I think the Matt Smith days and the writers are going to be hard to beat. I enjoyed Moffat.
I am enjoying these episodes. I'm enjoying it. I think there's a big difference so far. I can't put my finger on what it is. I think we're halfway through now, but I'm not too sure what. There's something there that I can't grasp.
But she's still not in the role properly yet.
I don't think she is, no.
She keeps saying, I've not, almost, I've not settled into my body yet, sort of thing, isn't she saying?
I think she needs to find her feet. I think the writers need to sort her character out.
They need to give a big episode to establish her,
or maybe even just get rid. You said tonight there's too many
assistants.
There
is.
So maybe they should give her an episode on her own.
Well, I don't, and I am half watching it, but I don't care about any of them. And usually you get a bit of, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And Bradley Walsh is just Bradley Walsh in it.
I'll go on.
The lad, I couldn't tell you much about the lad other than his grandma died, and Bradley Walsh is meant to be his granddad.
Yeah.
And the lass is a copper.
Yeah.
Basically, it was about her family today.
It was, yeah. It was a good episode. But there's something there that I can't put my finger on.
It feels like they've tried to please everybody in this, and I think they've tried to do that the last few times, because the last assistant was a lesbian.
Yeah.
And then this time they've got really diverse cast, haven't they? They've got an Asian, a black lad, a white elderly man.
Yeah.
And then they've got a woman
Every demographic.
It's like almost they've gone to try and keep everybody happy. And then I'm sure they'll introduce some sort of alien that, you know, identifies with no gender. It's almost that feel around it that rather than actually just try and make a good programme, which you can do having loads of characters in, you don't need tons and tons of assistants. They just try to, I don't know, it feels like they try to be too PC and they don't want to upset anybody. So I don't know, it just doesn't feel natural anymore. It doesn't feel like Doctor Who. Just feel, you know, they just need to be able to do a show. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. For me, it's just doesn't work. There's far too many people, and I don't really know the backstories that much, and I don't have any empathy for anyone in it at the minute because there's too many of them.
I think
get to know.
One of the things that's been a constant is I think Bradley Walsh. To be honest, he's been trying to make a relationship with Ryan, the guy.
Yeah, the son, the grandson.
And because there was the whole thing that he wouldn't call him granddad and all that sort of stuff. I think they're building up for him to die.
Yeah.
Because I think there's going to be reconciliation between them two. They're gonna, because they've hinted it a couple of times.
Yeah, or he'll save Ryan or something. Yeah,
he's going to die or something like that. I think Yaz and Ryan are going to get together at some point as well. But I agree with what you said. I think the Doctor needs an episode just to herself.
Yeah, there's too many. You try to get to know a new Doctor, but then there's all these other characters
There's too much
kicking
going
around.
on.
Yeah, and I think that's what's not really piquing my attention about it.
That could be it, yeah.
It's just not for me. If they start, maybe take her away from the assistants for a bit and get a few episodes in. Because, you know, it's better to get to know them,
because
isn't it?
we are trying to follow 4 different people at the same time and then have the story at the same time, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel natural. It feels like somebody sat down, and I'm for equality and diversity, I most certainly am, but it just, I don't know, just feels like...
Committee led?
Yeah, that somebody's gone, right, we're going to do this, and instead of somebody going, well, I don't know if that's going to work, everyone's just gone, yeah, all right, then we'll do that. And I think it's a shame, because I think it's great that they've actually got a woman in the role after this amount of time. And, you know, your mum thinks it's stupid having a woman in the role, which I don't know why.
I don't
It's an
get
alien
it.
at the end of the day, isn't it?
An alien who can be,
you know,
whatever.
Where's he from? Gallifrey.
Yeah.
He's got 2 hearts, and he comes back, and she's come back as a she this time.
Yeah.
And I bet it's still not Ginger.
Yeah, still not Ginger.
Yeah. Still not Ginger.
I love you. You know stuff.
Yeah, it's not for me. I'll have to continue to watch it because I live in a house full of boys who watch it.
Yeah, but Noah's confided in me, Mum, saying that he doesn't actually like it, but he don't want to tell me.
But I think, but Noah's listened to your mum, I think, because your mum said, oh, she's trying too hard to be funny, and Noah said almost that for word, so I think he's just easily led, isn't he? I think he sat and watched it tonight. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I do think there's too many characters in it.
No, I think you've got something there. I think, maybe too many characters.
Yeah, but maybe if they do get rid of Bradley Walsh and just having the 2 assistants.
Yeah, because he was supposed to be.
And if there is a bit of a romance between them, that might help, because the Amy Pond and
Rory,
that actually really worked, didn't it?
Yeah, I like that.
And they were really, even though she was a bit annoying, it worked.
Yeah, it did. It was good. It was one of my favourite times on Doctor Who.
Yeah.
But no, I think Bradley Walsh was down as being part-time anyway. So I don't know how long he's got left in the role.
Oh well, time will tell. But I think she needs something quite spectacular to happen.
And did you know? Yeah, because they haven't had that episode yet, where they've become. There's always an episode where the character becomes the Doctor properly. Now I think for Matt Smith, it was quite early on in his first episode, proper Wow, he's the
Yeah,
Doctor.
I'm the Doctor.
And then
Yeah.
again in the season finale, where he's talking to all the spaceships in the sky, that was one of them. David Tennant, I can't remember much of where he was, but he had lots of moments throughout,
Yeah.
like just episodes that were perfect, like the one on Mars, the Waters of Mars one.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
I do, yeah.
Eccleston as well. I think he was just brilliant throughout, and I don't think he had the best writing in that series.
No.
Unfortunately. And I can't even think of any for Capaldi. I think because he had a feature length episode, I think he had more time to develop it in that episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. I don't know.
No, it's a watch this space for me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to write it off. Just not working at the minute for me.
Yeah. Is it better for you because you didn't like Capaldi? Who's better so far? And
I couldn't.
which writing is better? Because did you enjoy any episodes of Capaldi?
None that I'm sat here thinking about jumps out where I thought, yeah, that was actually all right.
Yeah.
No, I think there was the one in the tower.
Yes, the one where that was a friggin' brilliant
That's
episode.
probably the only one
where
that
he
I thought
punches the diamond for millions of years,
Yeah.
or billions of years. Yeah, that's one of my favourite episodes of his.
Yeah, but not many.
No, I agree. I think, there's so much you could talk about. And I think I've said my best video on YouTube is the decline of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
When I felt like Stephen Moffat's writing had just gone downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, we'll see. Like
Yeah.
you say, time will tell.
It's a watch this space. It's like your old granny in the corner, innit? I think Doctor Who, everybody loves it, and some people love to hate it, but I think it'll be around for a long time yet.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. Oh, well. Well, thank you for coming on tonight.
It's all right. I'm not very knowledgeable, but
You've done enough. Done enough there. We were supposed to see Bohemian Rhapsody, weren't we?
Yeah.
We couldn't.
We meant to see like Star Is Born, The Nun, but we haven't seen anything, so
Well, you're supposed to go
we
and
need to get a babysitter. I'm gonna have to tap Grace up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do that. All right. Well, yeah, that's the podcast for tonight. Only short one, but the podcast exists. So thanks for listening. I'm trying to have a kind of a drive to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I am, was it 19 subscribers off 100. If I get to 100, I can change my URL to have my name in it. So if you could,
please.
subscribe please. Go to my YouTube channel at the Ultimate Movie Geek and subscribe, because
I'll bake you cake and everything if you do.
Who, me?
No, the subscribers.
Well, how are you going to get to them?
I'm just joking. I'm just saying
Like a
it's getting
film.
more subscribers.
All right, you bake a cake, right? If we get to 100, you bake a cake that says 100.
Yep.
And I'll film you baking it, and then we'll put it up
Okay.
for the subscribers.
Fab.
You can
Sounds amazing.
you can you can follow me on Instagram, WordPress, and Facebook at the Ultimate Movie Geek, and again subscribe to my YouTube channel. I also write articles for worldgeeklynews.com, and hopefully we'll continue to do that. Thanks for listening. You've been listening to the Man About a Movie. No, I've done it wrong again. You've been listening to the MAaD Movie Podcast, or Man About a Dog Movie Podcast, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.